Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the world event. Got a world event, Wellspring of Evil. I think it is a spell damage medal. Yes. We also have a... well, I'll be doing high, mid, and low for that. Then we have the weekly preview. It's a Mist of Scales week. So we'll be going over all that good stuff. SOULFORGE, Glory Shop, Underspire teams, Epic Trials, etc. But yeah, let me set up the stream. Let's get going. I'm late. I gotta hurry. Intro 0000. Come on. Upload thumbnail. Don't really have one. I'll just put Takshaka. Takshaka. Mist of Scales equals Takshaka. Mist of Scales equals... video over. Stream over. Mist of Scales equals Takshaka. World event. Spell damage. AoE. Strongest AoE. Stream over. Just kidding. I need downloads. How'd you do on the Vault event? I did horrible. Terrible. Probably my worst one in a long time. Gems of War live streams done. I'm not I. No, I'm not. We got Sana, we got Glorfindel. How's it going? My stuff, shoo. I don't know, y'all. I'm having about the worst of the worst. I would say the one thing, but then it would just happen, you know? Like, how can it get any, you know what? But when you say that, it definitely does. It loves to show you. Feel like when you say that, your puppy dies. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I said that right before that happened. Like, how can it get any, you know what? And then, oh, I'll show you. I'll show you how. This is how. Puppy dies from a blockage the day before Thanksgiving. Cool. Live chat. And I need to mute. We got Sana, Glorfindel, Ferric Dink. I say your name horribly, I'm sorry. FD in the house. MJK Jets. Anita. Hello. We had that chat-a-thon. It was fun. It was fun. It was alright. It was cool. People that were there, the people that, you know, were joking around with me and stuff. That was awesome. Kind of sucks the people that weren't there, and, you know, trying to be positive. It's hard to be positive. But, you know, it was fun. It was fun. Alright, I don't know. Am I ready? Do the monetization thing. Turn it on, but turn it low. Turn it on, but turn it low. Set frequency, 18 minutes. Show them at different times to people. I don't know if it could get... yeah, anyway. I don't want to say it. Pretty bad. It's not getting better. I've been hoping and praying and every day. It could. Just the chance of it getting better is just as good as the chance of it getting worse, and it just keeps getting worse. Like, I don't know how. It's like when you have a poopy on the floor, it just... how can it get worse? More poopy. You step in it or something. You clean it up and you get it on your fingers. I don't know. Like, how can it get worse than a poopy on the floor? Like, how? Poopy on the floor. How's it get worse than this? Well, you know, you can step in it, you can slip in it and fall in it. You can, like, try to pick it up with something and get it on your fingers. Like, so it can always be worse, you know? So right now, I'm slipping in it, falling in it, getting it on my fingers. It just is what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I should just let it dry on the floor. That'd be a good idea. Sana, you couldn't do much gaps either? Man, we're having a time, aren't we? We're two, misery loves company here, me and Sana. Daniel Lucas. Jet says good point system for the world event this week should be an easy one. Yeah, I'm gonna go over the scoring too. Alright, here's the Wellspring of Evil. And let me put a chapter so people can skip all the whining and moaning, and who cares? This guy you don't really even know with his crappy life. Alright, so start world event. Scoring. Let's just do the scoring first. And we got 530. Save. Alright, so let me go over the scoring real quick. World event Wellspring of Evil. There are 6 battles that players can encounter during the event. Hellspawn, Melik Toss, Marilith, Viper, Moloch, and Mambasira. The battles are randomly chosen, but they all have an equal chance of appearing on the map. Scoring. You can find the following rewards for each of the different battles you may encounter. Hellspawn. Up, 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 up. Let's do it in order of operation. The ones that are worth the most down to the one that is worth the least. Each totem is worth 4 points. Okay. Alright. Wow, why is Melik Toss worth 16 totems? So it's worth the most. So the new troop is worth more than the mythic, it says here. So Melik Toss, the new troop, is worth 16 totems. So anytime you see the new troop, it might have like a special badge or something. It's not on the screen, but it might have like a different looking one, maybe, if I remember correctly. But if you don't see Melik Toss, look for Mambasira. So right here. Mambasira is worth 12 totems. After that, you have Moloch and Viper, who are both worth the same. They're worth 10 totems. You see they're legendary. Pretty easy. Marilith is next with 8 totems, and then Hellspawn is the least, 4 totems. So try to take Melik Toss if you see it. If you don't, do Mambasira, and then try not to pick Hellspawn. Each totem is worth 4 points. As the battles get harder, they will increase the amount of totems they give by 25%. Battles against Melik Toss will drop a variable number of totems, on average about 1.18 times the base amount. It also says here, now available in chests, Archdruid Blackwood and Foxglove will become available as possible drops from Glory Gem Guild at correct levels for their rarity and VIP chests after weekly reset. Now available in the vault, the Hero Font. The Hero Font will become available as possible drop from both vaults and epic vaults after weekly reset. So that is the scoring for the world event. Let's catch up in the chat, and then we'll go make a team, buy up in the shop, etc. Anita, you're back home just in time. Sana says, life is awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. Do you remember how with that Horde Mimic, when I almost got it? I was doing the reverse psychology thing, and of course, like, it didn't work, because if it worked, that'd be awesome, right? But it didn't work, so just status quo. Daniel says, I accidentally crafted 4 gaps yesterday. Thankfully, I had the hour to do it. Oh, no. Yeah, that's one thing I never say, but you shouldn't do that. I know you did it by accident, but I mean, I go over, like, almost everything about the Vault event over and over and over and over, repeat myself, all the min-maxes, like, what you should do. You know, it's a video game, though. Do whatever you want to do. I say all those things, but I always forget to say, don't craft more than 1 gap at a time, because it just makes sense. It's not like, bad, but it makes sense not to. That way, the longer you lock yourself in, you know, the more chance for something to happen that will take you away from the game. Or, I'm just a miserable old hamster rammer. Hard rubber, baby. Daniel says, how many vault keys did you all get? As I have no life, I got 430. That's great. That would be a good one for me. Sana got 150. That's about me, too. I think that's what I got. I might even have got less than that. I don't know. I think it's around 150, though. About half of what I should have got, probably. But yeah, let's go. We're going to do world event, start, world event, shop, talk. I don't know. 9:45. And then we'll make some teams. I won't do the chapter till I actually have the first team. Alright, so here's the world event. Lore, we needed to find the second point of the pentacle in the Mist of Scales, but Naga were everywhere, consorting with demons, led by Melik Toss. Only by collecting their totems could we locate the wellspring of the foul magic in their kingdom. Defeat Naga and demons and collect their totems. We have the medal, which is a spell damage medal, so you want to make sure you're hitting as many enemies as possible with AoE damage. Most likely, hit multiple enemies to get the most value out of it. We don't do skulls, we're not doing single target damage. Anything other than those two would be preferable. Those are the worst two. Don't be doing skulls or single target damage when we have a spell damage medal. Unless you're like very low level and you only have like one option and you're, I don't know. We already went over the scoring. Rewards are pretty good. You get medals, you get orbs, shiny keys, dragonite, bunch of orbs. Think keys, you know, orbs are souls, trait stones, more copies of troops, chances to get mythics and legendaries, working your way towards CT and Zul'Goth, you know, gold eluding mythics and, you know, fully ascending pets, and that's what orbs are. Just, you know, that's what orbs are. That's all they are. Just all that stuff. In the shop, we need to at least get a medal. So first thing you do is collect your rewards because you'll get some tokens via your guild's already progress. Their current progression. Got a couple orbs there. I got some souls. I got some trait stones. And we got Badge of Darkness. So let's buy up in the shop till we get at least a medal. I don't even know the humming I'm doing. Okay, it's only one tier because they've been kicking butt. So I'm going to go at least 2 tiers. Probably further, but let's do that for now. Alright, so Mabasira would be the choice here. And let's make some teams. Let's do a high-level team. We got Mystic as our restriction. I think some people thought it was going to be Mist of Scales, maybe, but I think it is Mystic. We got base rarity Mystic. Let's see what we're working with here. Show me what you're working with. Show me what you're working with. Clicky clacking a little bit, sorry. No. Yoke the Ham. The Chatster. Anita says, World Event, I did Ruby Weapon and... Oh, good job. That's probably a good one. Yoke got 371. Pretty much 430 something. 63 epics, that's great. Sana said Harpy Mage, 2 times Queen Bee, and Wand. So it seems like a very easy event if we're using Ruby Weapons and Queen Beatrixes, so... Seems like a pretty easy one. But, you never know. Maybe a certain class, a certain order, maybe I come up with something that's a little bit min-maxy or tweaky. You never know, and that's why you watch, huh? Alright, Aquaticus, not bad, not bad. If you don't have anything else in the game, maybe. Looking at stuff that hits all enemies. That hits multiple enemies if you just have nothing else in the world. Kalika, if you have, like, nothing else in the world. Kronos, if you have nothing else in the world. Like, maybe you just have one mythic or something. So I'm calling out all of them. You just want stuff that hits, like, 3 or more enemies for real. Like, T&E even hits 3 or more enemies. See, Luna hits all enemies. If you just love Luna, you could probably use it early in the world event. You might want to switch out of it later, but if you just love Luna, you could use it. Laraza, if you wanted to. Medea, if you wanted to. Queen Beatrix, though, I mean, it's here. So, I think you guys are on the right track with what you're using, the people that, you know, mentioned in the comments. You're on the right track. Queen Beatrix, the Ruby Weapon. It's probably the way to go. Those would be the two, the high and the mid. Maybe I make the... I don't know what to make which, because Queen Beatrix is mid/low level. Maybe Ruby Weapon will call the high level. So let's start with that. Let's just go get it. Remember, you can think of your weapons. If you just like don't like the crop of troops that they're providing you or restricting you to, you can look at your weapons, especially in an event where you can use all the weapons. You think of the Ruby Weapon, you think of Dawnbringer, you think of Duskbringer, you think of Black Manacles. Anything that hits all enemies, especially with the spell damage metal. So Ruby Weapon, true damage to all enemies. Damage to all enemies is preferable with the World Event spell damage metal, but true damage to all enemies is even better. The Ruby Weapon. Okay, now we just need to get it up. And maybe give it a little bit of support, damage support. Probably Queen Beatrix. I mean, we should probably do something different, though, just because the next team is going to be all Queen Beatrix. What do we have as far as... Is there anything empowered? That'd be my first thought. Empower. Ecotl is blue to yellow. That doesn't help. Moonrabbit, blue to yellow, doesn't help. Yellow to green doesn't help. Green to purple doesn't help. Princess Elspeth might be okay. She's the first one I see that might be okay. So, that's the skull. That's the yellow. That's the skull. That's the purple. It's kind of crazy how none of the empowereds do any of the colors of the Ruby Weapon. So maybe Princess Elspeth, just for like the early fights. But now we need like a brown, red, or blue troop that is single color. Probably just like a low, maybe a low rarity clear filter. Alright, I like the Harpy Mage as like another way to mana generate. Maybe we go all around this Ruby Weapon. We don't want to do Princess Elspeth, you definitely do Harpy Mage. And then... let's do base rarity. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Got Mad Prophet, Warlock. Okay, nothing's like single color, except for Mad Prophet, who is purple. We could do something that's two colors that are the same as, like, Warlock. Anything gonna work for this, or should we just go with Harpy Mage? Yeah, I'm not liking this. Let's cancel the Elspeth. Let's go Harpy Mage. It makes a brown storm anyway for the brown Ruby Weapon. So that's a good start there. Ruby Weapon, Harpy Mage. Okay. Base rarity. We need some... I'd like a smidge more mana generation and a smidge more damage, probably. Got Harpy Mage, Strix Mystic. A smidge and a smidge. You know, we should do is do this. And see what we have. We could go Luna just for fun, but... Probably gonna be Queen Beatrix, man. Like, that's the best option. Like, put them together. Get Daughter of Time. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be Queen Beatrix, right? She uses blue, though. Gonna do something else for fun, but... Is there any other true damage that's not Queen Beatrix? Succubus Queen, Gemini. Okay, I'm gonna throw her over there for now. Or any other... I was trying to make them slightly different, like the two teams, but sometimes you just can't. Alright, so we got a lot... Like, our team is good, like, right there. But what could we put on here for fun? Like a cool trait. Maybe something... There's a cool trait we could do. Submerge all allies for more. Summon Dow. Enchant all allies when I get an extra turn. We're already going to have enchant, though. Like, your team is already good to go. Sometimes you can look just for, like, a cool trait. Full of Nisha, Purple Allies, Gemini. I don't really see anything that I want to do. Raza makes a Madness Storm. Luna has the Explode a Random Gem when matching yellow gems. Starstorm. Queen Titania, Sekma, Silent Sentinel. Like Terror, that'd be funny. Red to purple, blue to Doomskull. Rain Man, how's it going? Glorfindel with the 2? Yeah. Thank you so much. Alright, I'm kind of in a hurry today, too, so I need to hurry up. What am I doing? Hex Sprint. I don't really see anything that's jumping out at me as far as, like, a trait. We're, like, so good to go with just this team. I almost want to do, like, Aquaticus or something. Or just, some other... True damage. Some other true damage. Gemini, we never get to use that. Succubus Queen. The summon. I need to just pick something. Pick something, pick something, pick something, pick something. Pick something, dummy. Pick something, dummy. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Drawing a blank. Poop in your stank. This is blue, green, and brown. About to just do Chronos. Blue to yellow. Channel eyes when I get an extra turn. We get another enchant. We're not going to need it, though. I don't know. I'm doing it for fun. Screw it. I can't think of anything else. We'll put them all the way on the bottom of the team, too. Alright, we got a couple blues. That's really all that matters. Let's go with blue. Double blue something. Double blue. Could go red. Double blue red. Minus green. Alright, we got blue, red, brown, green, yellow. So purple would be the best color to minus. I don't know, that'd be fine. So we could do, like, Titan or something. Harpy Mage to make a Brown Storm. We could have a Brown Storm at the start, too. Alright, so this is my high-level team, I guess. You can put whatever you want in that fourth slot. It's kind of a fun high-level team where just put whatever you want down there. Whatever you want. Who cares? All you need is Ruby, Weapon, Queen Beatrix, and Harpy Mage. And then put whatever you want in the last slot. I don't care what it is. Anything. Put Fallen Valdies there. And let me do a chapter and we'll go. See what y'all are saying, though. Glorfindel says you're slipping in it, touching it, smelling it, and full of it. Yeah. Daniel's... I already read that. I'm just a miserable old hamster rammer. Zig the Kid said, hey, Sinnycool, I enjoyed your last EverQuest related video. I shouted you out on it. Did you hear? Glorf says, went to do world event earlier. Guild had already completed it. Dang. Will of Nisha? Maybe. Oh, I should have crafted the... I should have done the Glory Shop troop. Chat with a two, Ronaldo, Sana, Glorfindel, Anita. Thank you so much. Noah got gifted, and Zing. Zing, 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 zing. Rayman says, working and lurking today, busy nonstop over the holiday and still going. Missed pet last week, Wednesday. No vault at all this past weekend. Adulting is real. Turkey Day was great, though. I wish I was just busy and that's what was wrong, but... I don't know. I don't know why I said that after reading your message, but... Yeah, me too, man. Like, I didn't get to do much either, basically. Alright, we go World Event High. At the 24... No way, you don't have to listen to the other crap. 24:45. Alright, so, chapter, high-level team, whatever you want for that last spot. I feel Ruby, Weapon, Queen Beatrix, Harpy Mage is the best, and then you just do whatever you want, it's fun, put whatever you want in the last slot. Yep, equip the medal. We need Metal of Darkness. They always call it that, I swear. It's almost always Metal of Darkness. Probably done Metal of Darkness 50 million times. Anybody disagree? Rayman says Switch, SOULFORGE, Mythics, Famine, Death, Vashtagon, and Vernalis. Dang, that's some poop. Yeah, Zig, I shouted you out. I was trying to remember people that were, I was like, some people actually come to my other streams, and even though they don't play Gems of War, and they, yeah, and I was like Zig the Kid, and Classic EverQuest. Alright, here we got Viper or Mulak. It doesn't really matter. You should probably pick one and, like, always go for it, but I'm gonna go with Viper. There's more Vipers. It's kind of like a little world event strat that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't matter. It's like one of those things where it's not gonna hurt you. You should probably pick highest level. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. It's not gonna hurt you. It can make the battles a little harder, but if you can do them either way, like, who cares? Alright, we got Viper again. Let's go. Hellspawn's the worst that you could pick. We got an Explode. We got an Enchant. We got a Re-Enchant. We got a Cleanse. We got True Damage out the booty. See, Viper now, 38. So I keep picking Viper. Maybe that's working. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Let's just do it if you want to. Don't do it if you don't want to. It don't matter. You do what you want to do. You do what you want to do. Don't worry about what I'm saying. You know, eat your food, then put it in the microwave. Okay, there's Melik Toss. But let's go ahead and make a new team. That's probably enough. You get the gist. Well, if people are saying, like, the guild is done with the world event already, I don't think you're going to have too much trouble. You're not going to, like, run out of gas with this team. If your Ruby weapon stops one-shotting, your Queen Beatrix will clean it up. I didn't even have to use the Harpy Mage at all yet. Let's make a mid. Let's just, I mean, you know, what are we going to do? I'll take off the Ruby weapon. I'll take off Kronos. There's the start of the team. Go down and get another Beatrix, most likely. Go get a weapon. Like the wand, which we know 80% of y'all have. Via a poll we did. No one's ever argued since about it. So, something like that. Banner, we got a lot of green, a lot of blue. Harpy Mage doesn't matter. And we could minus brown, that's fine. As far as class goes, I'd probably do something like Archer. Have the green storm falling. Have a 50% start. Have an instant kill. And that would be my mid team. Well, let me put a chapter for that. You're still encountering verse gnomes in PvP? I mean, there's always a chance. It's just turned back down now, you know? Lorf says, got filthy Stella today, put it straight on eBay. Gonna flip it. Flip that Stella. World event mid, 29-minute mark. This is so simple. I mean, if you don't have the wand, you could do so many other things. It's fine. Do Obsidian Librum or whatever it's called. Do Osha's Tome or something. Do freaking Mountain Crusher. Do Reflection of Good. Do whatever. You know, some Explodey. Do a Mystic Explodey. So this should rock the event socks off too. If you don't have the Ruby weapon. She's Beatrix. Get her up caster, win. All kinds of extra spell damage right now. Not magic. Not magic, it's spell damage. There is a difference. That's one thing I learned. You know, I haven't known everything about the game since I was born. So I learn things all the time. That's one thing that clicked for me about a year or two ago. I don't know. I always say stuff, it's probably more like 3 years ago, whatever. It's always longer. Yeah, it's spell damage boost. So anytime you cast a spell, you get the boost. It's nothing to do with your magic. Like the raid event troop has like double magic. The evasion troop has like double magic. Whatever. The spell, the metal gives you extra spell damage. Just anytime you cast a spell. Alright, we've been picking Viper, so let's go with that. One more fight with this one. Then hey, the low level team might be interesting. Boreal Crystal, there you go. Zig says, do you think the advantages of being an Ixar Necro are worth the drawbacks? Yeah, I mean, you're already evil. You might as well go super evil. That's what I always think. That's what I would have done if I didn't do Dark Elf. I love Hide, though, with Dark Elf. I don't think Ixar has Hide. Does it? If it has Hide, then yeah. The only thing really cool about my Dark Elf is I can hide, and I got good vision. But I think the best min-max for Necro is Ixar. But I say, you know, if you're going to be evil, be super evil. Why am I going with Merilith? Let's show this again. You'll have the regen, you know, to combat your Lich. That'd be one thing to say. Regen to combat your Lich. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not gonna... It'll be nice, though. You won't be losing as much HP as like I do. We also have a calendar we could go over. Let's get all these teams done first, though. World event low. Alright, so no mythic, no legendary. Let's go. What are we gonna do? Take off the Beatrixes, take off the wand, maybe leave the Harpy Mage. Got epic and under. So think about stuff that's hitting all enemies, or just go get your black manacles and just rock it out. There might not be anything. Probably something. Hex Rat. Just hit the first enemy, and then you'll hit all enemies. It's the same color as black manacles, so you might as well do black manacles. Lithian Servitor hits all enemies. Couple examples. Queen Beatrix is really low level. I just, you know, I say this every time, but just to make something different. Those are probably the best options. You could even do Sacrificial Priest, but... Okay, so let's do Black Manacles. I think that's the smart low-level choice. Spell damage. Then I'm gonna go... somebody else to help. Maybe this guy. Uses blue. And a little bit more mana generation would be cool. Blue to yellow. Wasn't there like Graveseer? That is green to purple. We got 2 purples. Same color, but this is empowered, so that's one time you can get away with it. This one's second turn in power, this one's first turn in power. We're just really trying to get these 2 up and cast them. If you want to protect these, you could even put these in front of them. If you start losing troops, you could throw one or both of these in front of them. Class, something like Archmagus, maybe. Or you could do Thief, that way there's purple falling, and then maybe you can turn the green to purple for the Graveseer. But as soon as you cast that Harpy Mage, you're going to have a Brown Storm. But, yeah, let's go Thief. Might help with the Graveseer. Banner. We definitely want purple. And we got purple, brown, blue, yellow, red. Missing green. Brown, purple minus green, purple, blue, purple, brown minus green's perfect. And that'd be my low level. It's really just Black Manacles and Harpy Mage and Graveseer. Put whatever else you want. If you like something else other than Elithian Servitor, it's kind of like the first team where I just threw something on the end for fun. This team here is really just Black Manacles, Harpy Mage, Graveseer. And you could throw whatever else you want on there. Hopefully that does damage. Have it do damage, though. Another damage option. I'll say 35 minutes for this one. Save it. Let's go show it in action. Let's see if it works. I almost never make a team and then it doesn't work. But sometimes I'll make a team and I'll realize I need to tweak it. Like I'll use a weapon and then I'll accidentally use the wrong class. And then the weapon really needs a certain class to work properly because I used one of those weapons where you have to be all of the one typing to make it work right. Like I do sometimes tweak stuff. Or I realize that something on the team's doing nothing. Like this, look. We got it. It's up. We cast. We win. It's an extra turn. It's still our turn. We cast. We win. That's why Graveseer's... He's not going to happen every time, but the time that he does, he's going to save you a little bit of time. Time. Level 24, probably better than lower level. I don't know, though, 100%. But yeah, Rain Man, your SOULFORGE is butt. You should just skip it. There's the link to the calendar. Glorfindel says low-level Druid, Soothsayer, Moth Mage with Weapon of Choice. Hey, there you go. There's another little team for you. Black Manacles. There's Mambasira. Just make sure you pay attention to whether or not the special troop is there, because you'll see that mythic, and you're going to want to click on it, when you should really be doing the new one. Let's do this, right? Bang, boom, we win. That's why Graveseer is on the team. There, Melik Toss. So don't get confused and pick like Mulak because it's a different, it's like a lower rarity. It's purple, but it's worth more. It's got the special emblem, the special badge, just like I said it would. Alright. So they got Ancient Horror there. Ancient Horror. It's alright, that'll happen. It's out of here. No matter what team you got, no matter how hard it hits, if there's a little summon, it is what it is. There's Mambasira. Let's go one more. I think I could just stick with this and be fine, and I wouldn't even care. I would just keep using this. If I don't feel like switching it back, I might just do that. Look, it keeps happening. It's that Thief class. Giving us more purple. That's why storms are important. Storms are important, especially when you have an explode potion. If you pick the right storm at the start of battle via your class or via whatever troop is on your team that does a storm at the start of the battle, if you pick the right storm at the start of the battle and you have an explode potion, the explode potion removes all the gems, the starting gems, and then your storm gets to go before the fight even starts. Your storm is doing something. Your storm starts as soon as that explode potion happens. Pretty sure. That's why I do it. You're like, well, I'm only casting once. What's the matter what storm I got? Well, your explode potion is clearing the board, and then your storm kicks into effect, drops a bunch of purple, and now you have a better chance of Graveseer matching up and getting up your Black Manacles without the enemy getting even one turn. Alright, Rain Man, have a good one. Hope it gets less busy for you. Alright, so that was the world event. It seems super easy. Mystic, spell damage metal, Queen Beatrix, the ruby weapon. Like, black manacles, like, easy. Easy peasy. You probably didn't even need that. But maybe I said something that helped you out in the long run. You never know. I like to teach you to fish instead of just giving you fish. Alright, let's go over the calendar quickly. While I do that, let me run just an auto battle. So I'll forget to do the calendar if I don't do it right now. Calendar! It's pretty much spoilers all over again, except for this is the devs calendar. They're kind of more locked into... need to put this on 12 or it's not even worth doing. As far as for a auto battle for you guys to watch. Alright, December event calendar. Let me put a chapter, Poop Face. Yo, Poop Face, put a chapter. Uh, 41:30. Yo, Poop Face, put a calendar, you butt face. Stupid idiot. I'm gonna save it. Okay. December event calendar. Firstly, a huge thanks to everyone who participated in the various anniversary events we have been running through November. Don't forget, if you did miss out on any of the troops or pets, they will be available later to collect and craft, as mentioned in the November blog. On to December. It's time to close out the year and look at what is ahead for the last weeks of 2024. Same with us, man. Gotta evaluate, reevaluate. What are we gonna do next year? Alright, here we go. Here is December. This week is a world event, Mist of Scales. Tuesday, Dark Pits. Wednesday, there's a pet. I'm not sure what that pet is. It's a weird pet. It's a new one, it looks like, right? Mist of Scales pet. I forget what it's called. Thursday, we have Assassin? Assassin class? Is that Assassin? Did I do spoilers? I did them on the chatathon, so it's like a blur. And Friday, we have new Mythic, right? And we have a Battle Crasher. And we have a Bounty event. The new Mythic looks, I think, if I remember correctly, it's not that good. It's like a Ravatar or... I forget what I compared it to, but I had a really good comparison. Zul'Goth or CT, it's like weaker Zul'Goth or CT. Zul'Goth and CT have a 100% chance to instantly kill, and then they do something awesome after it. This thing does something before, and then maybe kills. So if you do kill it, everything it did before doesn't matter. And if you don't kill, all it does is a little bit of a tickle damage. So it's like crappy CT or Zul'Goth. If you have CT or Zul'Goth, this new Mythic is... You're never going to use it. Unless there's some... Like always, if there's some weird restriction, maybe. I don't even see it then, but maybe. And then if you need a Mythic for the Kingdom, yada yada yada, maybe. But those are like two excuses for wasting all your keys. Alright, the week after this week, which is the week of the 9th of December, we have an Invasion event. We have a Sun Crest week. We have Stone Song Eerie on Tuesday. We have the little Moa pet. Mini Moa. Thursday we have Stormcaller. And Friday we have Arena. Celebrate good times, oh yeah. The week after that, which is the week of the 16th of December, we have Tower of Doom. It's a Galvania week. Dark Court on Tuesday. The pet on Wednesday is the little Halloween cat. Can't remember what it's called. Spooky Dookie cat. Thursday we have Death Knight class event. And then we have a faction expansion, which I'll let you know about here in a sec, unless I can find it quickly. Dripping Caverns, maybe? No. Yeah. I think Dripping Caverns, maybe. Yeah. Dripping Caverns faction expansion. The week after that, which is the 23rd of December and the week of Christmas, we have a raid event. We have a Sin of Mirage week. Depths of Sin on Tuesday. Lots of sin going on during Christmas. Knock those stockings off, Mrs. Claus. Wednesday, we have like a Christmas mimic pet. I'll probably name it below. Thursday, we have Doomsayer class event. And we have a vault event on Christmas week. So it's going to be, the vault event is like the 27th through the 29th. Kind of crazy. Probably another one I won't be doing too much in, unfortunately. But we'll see. Alright, the last week of December is a journey event. Wild Plains week. The Labyrinth on Tuesday. Little bull pet. Mini bull doo-doo. Thursday we have Shaman class event. Friday, new Mythic, bounty event. So back around to a new Mythic and a bounty at the end of the month there, going into the new year. It says PvP season of Sand is October 7th through December 23rd, so the current PvP season ends on December 23rd. The next PvP season starts on the 23rd and ends March 10th. The Unholy Flame campaign is from November 11th through January 20th, so the campaign's going to last until January 20th. The Battle Crasher event starts on the 6th of December. If you don't know what a Battle Crasher is, it's like a Valraven or a gnome, but it's like Krampus or something. And Krampus will crash in, and you'll get a doodad or a dingleberry that goes towards something. New Mythic for Stormheim on 6th of December. That's that crappy Zulgoth or CT. Christmas holiday event is 16th through 29th. Faction expansion Dripping Caverns, 20th, 22nd. PP, Christmas Pet Rescue on 25th of December. And they say studio close dates are December 24th through January 1st. So you know something crazy is going to happen where people get banned. Like the 1 year. So that's the calendar. Glorfindel says Underspire low level, Bog Strider, Radigar, Wicked Scythe, and Assassin class. Sounds good. Battle Crasher starts on Friday. Yep. Mark Joey, how's it going? Chad is out of here. We'll see you, dude. Thank you so much, bro. Everything helps. We're starting off December, you know, decent. Getting it going, at least doing something. Let's go. Alright, so what's next, y'all? I did the calendar. I did the world event, everything about it. The scoring, 3 different teams, what you should do in the shop, etc. Then we went over the December calendar. So, next up, SOULFORGE. Let me do this little blurb first, then we'll do the SOULFORGE. Weekly preview start / SOULFORGE. We'll say 4830. His Dark Materials, new epic troop Melik Toss. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Wellspring of Evil. Experience our new world event with your guildmates. Play world event battles every day to unlock rewards. The Unholy Flame for 48 more days. That's the campaign. Winter Imp, a seasonal imp, has returned. Catch it before it leaves the chests. Week of Naga. All Naga gain 10% to their skills. Week of Demons. All Demons gain 10% to their skills. And bonus souls if you use Melik Toss and PvP and Explore. Alright, SOULFORGE. Remember, this is PlayStation. It might be the same as yours. It might not be. They're stupid. The devs are annoying. And they make my life harder. And it makes your life harder. And they're stupid. I don't know. For some reason it says I still need to craft Dragon Lord Luther, but I swear I already crafted them. But here, I'll craft them again. How about that? I already own them, so never mind. Never mind. We got Luna Relion as your dragon. It is a cosmic dragon. It's the purple cosmic dragon. It's pretty good. If you need it, get it. If you have 5 of the eggs or 4 of the eggs, maybe it's worth it for you. Don't do it if you only have 1 egg or 2 egg, 1 dragon or 2 dragons, you know. Got the Archdeva, Will of Nisha, Guard's Avatar, and Death. Death is one of the worst. Guard's Avatar is pretty good. And Archdeva's okay. So the order's pretty easy this week. It's Guard's Avatar is the best mythic in the SOULFORGE. 24 red, yellow, brown, white helm, divine knight. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by my armor. Burn undead and silence daemon enemies. No good traits really, but you just use them in factions mostly, in places like that where you can use yellow or brown. You pair it with Sir Quentin Hadley. It boosts off of armor, which is really easy to boost. So it hits really hard and it's easy to boost. And you can 50% start it. So it's one of those. It's like a Phoenicia. It's like a Scourge of Honor. It's in that category of mythics. It's not a top 10. It's not like super vital, but it's useful. It's really hard. It's nice to have. It's an A tier mythic. So that's like a luxury mythic, kind of. If you're still saving for Ironhawks or Takshaka or High King Irongut or something like that, you got to keep still saving. But it's a luxury mythic that's pretty good. Got the Archdeva next up. 20 red, yellow, purple, white helm, divine human. Choose an ally, give them a bunch of attack, life, and armor, and fill their mana. Can only be cast once. Sanctuary barrier and bless a random ally and magic 4 or more gems. So he does that cool thing where he can fill up anything, even if it has the highest mana cost in the game. Gives him a bunch of stats, and then it's still doing something because it's got a cool third trait, even though you can only cast it once. So it's a little bit less valuable than the Guard's Avatar. Maybe like a B plus or a B minus, something like that. A B tier mythic, probably. And then you got the Will of Nisha. 22 yellow, purple, brown, Silverglade, Divine Mystic. Steal magic. 3 magic from all enemies, then deal damage to them. 50% spell reduction. It's like super average. It's like C tier. It is a Silverglade mythic though, so make sure you that's your reason to blow all your diamonds on it. Death is horrible. It's just super old. It's Apocalypse mythic. Doesn't even go towards a kingdom. 20 blue, red, purple, Apocalypse undead daemon. Death mark all enemies. Deal scatter damage boosted by my life. Needs a revamp. Alright, legendaries. We have Kerberos, Imp of Love, Borealis, and Kurg the Dread. Borealis is probably the best legendary there, but just only craft Tesla and don't worry about any other legendaries until you get all the best mythics, and then maybe you can fill in the blanks, but you'll probably get them from keys instead of diamonds. The more keys you open to try for mythics, the more legendaries you're going to get, so you barely ever have to craft a legendary. It's only if you like see Tesla and you don't have it and you're like, woo, let's get it. 14 blue, yellow, Glacial Peaks, Dragon Freeze. All enemies deal damage to the weakest enemy and deal triple skull damage versus frozen enemies and have a 65% skull reduction. It's cool. It's just like, I think there's better ways to do that kind of deal. You know, Tannenbaum's out there and Fireblade's out there and Lord of Slaughter's out there. And number 2 as far as legendaries, is it Kerberos or Kurg the Dread? Pretty close. Pretty close. We'll give it to Kerberos, but they're like tied. 16 purple brown Grimwood's Daemon Beast. Deal damage to an enemy with 40% chance to devour them. 50% chance to summon a warg when an enemy dies. Kurg the Dread. 15 green red Groshnock Daemon Monster. Deal damage to the last 2 enemies. If there are 13 or more red gems, summon a random daemon. 5% chance to devour on skull damage. And impervious. And you got the Imp of Love, who's last. 12 red, Primal Elemental, deal scatter damage and charm a random enemy. If I am wounded, either bless all allies or give 3 magic to all allies. I used to use this when I was a noob, because I felt like I got lucky and got it, and then I just, you know how noobs are. You get something a little bit different that's a little bit you don't see other people using, and you start to try to use it instead of just going with Rowan or Queen Beatrix or something. Making your own life harder by being, you know, like that. And I'm like that sometimes. So I get it. So that's all the troops. You really shouldn't be crafting anything except for maybe Guard's Avatar. if you have the luxury of having so many diamonds and a lot of good top 10 mythics, maybe. All right, weapons. Anything cool here? Serpent's Tooth. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by brown allies and Naga allies. That's poop. Doomed Loop is doomed poop. Mirror Shield. Mirror Poop. Medusa's Ring. Medusa's Poop. Scaleguard Protectors, not bad. Explode red gems grant a random status effect to all Naga allies and summon a Naga troop. So we were talking about on Discord about magic, like kingdom level and power, and like what's stopping you from leveling kingdoms. And some people in the Discord said that jewels. I didn't know this. You know, this happens sometimes where people will mention something and I had no idea, because I've never been blocked. I've never been lacking jewels when I've been trying to level a kingdom. But it is part of the process. You gotta have a certain color jewel and a certain color writ to make a certain color deed, right? So what you don't want to do is sit here and craft every single weapon you need every single week. And that'll be a good way to run out of jewels. And the best way to get your jewels back is to do your dungeon every day. And then do the Vault event super hard. Get jewel gnomes. Those are the ways you get your jewels back. Don't spend them. First of all, it's just like gems. One of the best ways to farm gems is to not blow them on everything you see. Same thing with jewels. Jewels are... You need jewels for specific weapons. For good weapons. You don't need them for every single weapon that you don't have. If you don't have Medusa's Ring, Mirror Shield, Doomed Loop, you know, if you don't have those, who cares? I mean, sometimes you'll need them for Kingdom Power, but, you know, like, I think Kingdom level is a little bit easier to get. It's not easier, but, I don't know, you gotta choose one or the other, kind of. You gotta work them both up at the same time, but, anyway. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by Naga allies, then create a mix of 6 red and green gems for each Naga ally. A tool for your tool belt. You're gonna have to make your whole team Naga, even your hero. So keep that in mind. This one's a little bit more, or wait, what was it? This one's a little bit more, like useful more times than the other one. Not as restrictive as to how you have to build your team. Dagger of Poop. Medusa's Tome, deal damage to an enemy boosted by Mist of Scales allies and create a mix of 6 blue and red gems for each Mist of Scales allies. So you have to make yourself Mist of Scales. Your hero has to be Mist of Scales, your whole team has to be Mist of Scales, you might as well not use it at all. Might as well use this. That's all the weapons. The only one I'd really recommend, and I'm not saying go and craft it, but the best one here is Scaleguard Protector. But that doesn't mean blow your jewels if you're still trying to get your first Magic Kingdom to 20. But hey, maybe Mist of Scales is blocked by... You need one more weapon for Mist of Scales, I get it. But don't go crafting like 7 weapons, because you're missing 7 weapons. And you only need 1 to do your power. Like maybe satisfy the something, but don't go overboard. Don't overkill it, at least. Anyway, that is the SOULFORGE for... At least for me. Guard's Avatar, pretty much it. Only thing worth crafting for real. Merry Banmus, everyone. Yeah, what up, Tyrion? What's in the Summoning Stones? Whenever people ask, I'll go check it out. That's another place where I think you could waste... That's a good point. You could waste jewels here, too. Just getting troops you really don't need. Anything good? Not like to waste jewels on. Like Giant Spider's okay, Timberwolf's okay. The only one you should ever really look at is green and purple if you don't have Leprechaun. It's like the only thing I recommend in the Summoning Stones is Leprechaun if you're having trouble getting it. Here, nothing you can't live without. Here, nothing you can't live without. Here, nothing you can't live without. And here, nothing you can't live without. Clockwork Sphinx is there if you somehow don't have it. Like, that's a good troop for your Rowan team early. So, maybe. But I think you would just get it some other way. Adana, Warband Shop. So you should have Clockwork Sphinx. But if you're some weird situation where you don't have Clockwork Sphinx, maybe. Because it is important for one of your first Rowan teams. So Clockwork Sphinx would be the only one, maybe. Yeah. But hey. Let's do the everyone's favorite section of the stream where we go over the Glory Shop etc. Traitstone. I think it's important. This is one of those things where if you're smart, you pay attention. But hey, I get it. Like, if you don't care, you don't care. It's not... Either way, is what it is type of deal. Glory Shop, Traitstone, Event Key Drop Table. At the 1 hour markish. 1 hour 45? I don't know. Doing chapters today. I almost said screw it, I don't want to. I'm doing them, I guess. I almost said I don't even want to stream today, but then I'm doing it. I guess. Alright, let's go. To the shop. To the shop. Let's go. To the shop. Always do that. Alright, we got Melik Toss here. I probably should have got it before I made my World Event teams, but I forgot. It's not even a Mystic, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. 13 green, brown, Mista Scales, Daemon Naga. Deals scattered damage boosted by allied and enemy Daemon and Nagas. Reduce damage from skulls by 30%. Poison enemies when doing skull damage. It's like kind of a nothing burger. You don't want to really boost off of that kind of stuff. I mean, it might be cool if you make it, like you force it. You go somewhere with only Daemon and Nagas, and you put only Daemon and Nagas on your team, like the same person using Imp of Love just because. Let's get it. Full lead. The Traitstone you also get is Arcane Forest. It's green and brown. You can go trade some troops with that. You can get as many as you want right now. Remember? Boom, 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 boom. Get as many as you want. It's just glory. You just got a bunch of glory from the Vault event. So we got green and brown, right? Let's go check it out. Traitstones. Troops that you could trait. Let's see. Let's see. Off the top, off top, off top. What can we craft? Or what can we trade, I mean? Off top, King Bloodwood has Bloody Bows. Mandragora does a web. Scourge of Honor does Curse and Disease. Tina's nice to have fully traded. Vashtagon does a Curse. Yasmin does Entangle. Ghost Queen, 50% start for Undead. Pretty cool for like the Grey King and Draculus and Crimson Bad, and sometimes you'll actually use it. So it's nice to have 50% started. Or the option to 50% start. And Entangle here. Sylvanamara. Theo has his little wish gem thing. That was the start of that trend. This thing is a 100% chance to summon a Tomb Spider on death. You want to have this fully traded when you're doing Pure Faction for Eldrazi. It's part of the winning. Most of the winning happens, especially with that 100% chance to summon a Tomb Spider on death. Like, that helps you win that Pure Faction. So, just by the way, it's a good one to have fully traded. Anything else? A Tight Warrior? No. Stone Viper, 75% start. A little underrated. It's pretty cool. Makes a bunch of brown. So not crazy. Not a lot. This thing, you know, summon a Fortress Gate when I die. 50% skull reduction. Ogress. So like the faction troop and the Ogress, go get those fully traded. You're gonna need them. You need both of them no matter what. No matter who you are. Both of them. So be cool. If you don't have Ogress fully traded and you don't have that Tomb Spider trait, you should go get it done. Deep Huntsman. Deep Huntsman and Ogress. Go see. Do you have them fully traded? Radagar is 75% start. And that's about it. So yeah, if you're low level, go see if you have Ogress and Deep Huntsman, because you might want to get those fully traded. Be helpful. It's something you're going to have to do, 100%. I know it. Deep Huntsman, pure faction 500, you're going to do it one day, no matter what. No matter who you are, you have to do that. And it's one of the keys to victory. And then Ogress, one of the best bounty troops. We have bounties once a month, so you should have her fully traded in case she dies. She'll come right back. It's kind of like the Drake Rider, the loyal mount. Event key drop table is Mista Scales. It's pretty good. Pretty good. We just have so many in a row. It's crazy. We had Zalkari, then we had Adana, and then we had Whitehelm, and then we had something else that was pretty good. I don't know, but Mista Scales now, jeez, bunch in a row. You should just have, you should be like me and have barely any event keys. I don't think, like, the whole game should be drained of event keys at this point, unless you're super duper in game. It's just the Adana, you should have threw all your event keys no matter how many you had, just to try for Ironhawk. But Mista Scales, let's see. What is available? It's the only troops available through event keys. That's event keys you want to save. You don't want to just throw them all the time. You want to wait till a specific kingdom with good mythics. You don't want to just be wasting your event keys every week. There's probably a world where there's a person crafting every single weapon in the SOULFORGE every single week and throwing event keys every single week. Don't do that. Mist of Scales. Alright, so the mythics are Urali, Mambasira, Medusa, and Takshaka. You need 3 copies of Takshaka. So in reality, there's 7 mythics. That means you need 7,000 event keys to get 3 Takshakas, probably, on average. Could be a little more, could be a little less. You could get 3 Takshakas and 1,000 event keys if you're super duper lucky. But what I would recommend if you're going for 3 Takshakas this week is like 7,000 event keys. Because every one of these has a chance. Every time you throw an event key, you're going to have a chance at one of these 4 mythics. And who's to say you're going to get Takshaka when there's 3 other mythics there? If you get lucky and roll a mythic, it's then a 25% chance that you get the one that you want. So Takshaka's the best. You want 3 of them. Urali's probably second best. It's still pretty good with Scorpius. Mambasira and Medusa, they're not horrible, they're just not great. So if you miss the Takshaka, I hope you get the Urali. But, you know, these aren't horrible. Mambasira does some damage, it's like C tier. Medusa, it's just like single target damage, and it involves stone blocks that you're never going to see. Venoxia is there, though, if you miss, which is a good, like, safety net. If you miss and you fall, you get a Venoxia, which I really like and I use a lot. Venoxia Takshaka, Venoxia Shagaroth, Venoxia Queen Beatrix, just Venoxia by itself, double Venoxia. There's all kinds of cool Venoxia teams. Hits really hard, does true damage. And also, puts green and blue up on the board, uses green. It's a good troop, I like it. I might like Venoxia more than any other like streamer or YouTuber. I use it a lot. Basilisk, single target. That's a faction troop. Marilith. Then you miss, if you miss, say you miss your Takshaka and you get Venoxia and Marilith. That's pretty good. Those are the good kingdoms to throw at. When you're going for something amazing, and even if you miss, you still get useful, awesome troops like Venoxia and Marilith. Like Tesla and Bork. Like Web Spinner and Malcandessa or something. This is why this is one of probably the top 5 kingdoms to throw event keys at. Because Venoxia and Marilith if you miss the Takshaka. Marilith's a really good mana generator, especially when it's red restriction. You put her on the top of the team, she's pretty quick to fill, and then when you cast her, she'll fill the whole team. Usually. Especially the higher magic you get and stuff. Like, it's kind of like Thrall and Bogstrider and those. Like, early game, they aren't super impressive, and you're like, what's all the hoopla about? But the further you get into the game, the more magic you get, the more you start to appreciate the Mariliths and the Thralls. Taipan used to be good, brown to red, but they put a troop in that totally made it worthless. It's kind of like Diamantina and Stellarix. And, you know, I like Stone Viper. Like I said, I put it on my top 20 underrated troops list. 75% start, 50% skull reduction, poison enemies when doing skull damage, create 5 yellow gems and convert all yellow gems to brown. There's already yellow up there, there's already brown up there. You create 5 yellow gems and you convert all yellow to brown, so it usually gets a bunch of brown and gets an extra turn. It uses brown. It's underrated. 75% start too, you know? Let's go. I never see it on teams though. It's probably because of its coloration. It's green-brown, and you're either going to use like Leprechaun or maybe on brown I should start thinking about using it. Second turn in power maybe? And then Bogstrider. Wow. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Really good kingdom. Bogstrider destroys a bunch of gems, entangle a random enemy, 33% skull reduction, inflict entangle when doing skull damage. Super awesome common. I think that was on my underrated list too. We got 2 of them. 2 of them from my underrateds. I think Vanoxia was on there too, so 3. So you're going for Takshaka. If you miss, you get Vanoxia, Marilith, Taipan, you know, Stone Viper, Bogstrider. It's a nice one. You should be completely out of event keys though, so I don't even know who I'm talking to, but we get some event key. 1 event key? Cool. No thanks. Alright, so that was the event key drop table. Let's check out the campaign. The Soul Summoners of Volpakia pinpointed the problem immediately. A large pentacle was forming. Pitching a tent. Spread across the entire realm of Kristara. We would need to locate all 5 points, and then proceed to the center in order to stop whatever was coming through. You got Glory Hound, which, no you don't, because I just didn't do it. I don't know, stupid Glory isn't working right or something. I just didn't do PvP, that's my fault. But Brawler, Fire Crystals, that's probably what you got. I'm a little bit behind here. I've never been behind on this, but you can tell I didn't have a very good week last week. What else is going on this week? Type stuff. We kind of already went over this, but today, World Event, I got 3 teams for you at the beginning of the video, high, mid, and low. It's really easy. Mystic, Spell Damage Metal, Queen Beatrix, Ruby Weapon, Black Manacles. Super easy. And then it's a Mr. Scales week, so you got Mr. Scales Underspire, Mr. Scales Epic Trials. Tomorrow we have... is that Dark Pits? Dark Pits? Is it Dark Pits? Is the Pits? I'm in Dark Pits. Yep, Dark Pits. I don't know, we'll go over that tomorrow. I forget if it's hard or not. Probably not. I think Dark Pits is alright, isn't it? I don't know. We'll go over it tomorrow. That's what we do on Tuesday. But it is tomorrow, Dark Pits faction event. Make sure you do it, please. You get hundreds of thousands of gold. Wednesday, we have a pet. It's this thing. Some sort of snake. For Mr. Scales. Thursday, we have Assassin class, right? Assassin is a fun class. It's like an instant kill. Purple class. It's kind of fun, but it's not... It's like all in. You're going all in. You want to get it. If everything goes right, it's crazy. But I don't like doing that most of the time. I like more reliable stuff. I know it's going to happen type of stuff. And this weekend we have, how'd I already forget? Bounty. Bounty, bounty, bounty. So go fully trait that Ogress, because bounty's this weekend. Then you got the Battle Crasher, and you got the Mythic. So Battle Crasher Krampus coming through for the holiday stuff, and then the Mythic, the Stormheim Mythic, which you should save your keys and not go for, honestly. That's what's going on this week. And... yeah. So now we're going to go do Underspire and Epic Trials. Let's shake it up and start with Epic Trials. Normally I'll do Underspire first, but my chat crashed, so hold on. Let me refresh. Pet is Snakelet. Okay, thank you. Ruben's here. All right. Happy Monday. Dark Pits. Reloading my chat, sorry. It's freaking Monday. I'm so busy, and then, like, life sucks. Come on, computer. I'm about to buy a new one. I was a little bit late today because I was kind of doing something. Trying to get a loan, basically, and it'd be nice if I could upgrade some stuff. Wouldn't be just for this, but I hate that, man. They want the inner diameter of your beehole. It's like, do you want to give me the money or not? Alright, come on, chat. Pop up there, please. Please. Please, come on. Doesn't want to do it. Alright, let's get this going. Epic Trials. There's Stone Viper. I was just talking about it. We got Stone Viper, Scale Guard, Basilisk, and Cobra. Epic Trials. Maybe if I close the calendar, will it help the chat? Maybe. Alright, live chat. Notice we haven't done that goal in a while. I don't really like it. I wish it would include... If it included the gifted memberships, then that would be really cool, but it doesn't. So I don't like the goal thing. Tyrion says, I can't wait to get the second incorrect ban. Professor says in the olden days, the challenges were an easy jewel boost. Daniel says, been saving my event keys since Adana, so I have 1,000 to try and get Takshaka. Good luck! Hopefully you get one at least. And then if you miss, maybe you don't have Anoxia, or maybe you don't have 2 copies of Anoxia. Sana says, do faction weapons count as kingdom weapons? Yep. That's a cool way to get extra stuff. Like, instead of, like, throwing keys at a mythic for... I don't know. I guess you need a mythic, though. That's part of the process. But if you need more troops for a certain kingdom, you can go down to the faction and make sure you have all the faction troops. Like, if you need... It says, get this many troops fully ascended for whatever kingdom. Go see what faction is associated to the kingdom, because the faction troops also count. The faction pet also counts. The faction weapon also counts. You know, make sure you're doing that too. Sana says, PvP Naga restriction. I came across that troop. Ruben. Is Takshaka in the SOULFORGE? Not for me. I had Guard's Avatar and Death and stuff like that. It wasn't Archdeva and something else. That was mine. Other people have other SOULFORGEs, though. Alright, Epic Trials 1:18. We're kind of cruising today. If I can get this wrapped up in an hour and a half, I'll be happy. And it'll be better for people watching after, because the shorter it is, the more likely they are to click on it, because I don't understand their brains. Alright, so, yeah. Stone Viper. 12 green, brown, Mista Scales, Beast Construct, create 5 yellow gems, and convert all yellow gems to brown. 75% start, reduce damage from skulls by 50%. Poison enemies are doing skull damage. Scale Guard, 8 red Mista Scales Naga, deal damage to an enemy. If the enemy is poisoned, deal double damage, then poison them. 75% start again. Basilisk, or however you say it. 17 blue, brown, Mista Scales, Monster Beast, deal true damage to an enemy. If the enemy is poisoned, deal double damage. Then deal 50 true damage again. If they are stunned, deal double damage. So we have a way to poison, so I think that's what we do. We poison, and then we hit this with, you know, hit the poison troop with Basilisk. Cobra deals damage to an enemy, boosted by poison enemy. Summon 1 to 2 Mista Scales troops. So you got a summon, you have a true damage, and then you have, you know, mana generation. So mana generation here, and a tank, and a way to poison. A little bit of damage here, another way to poison. 75% start. Some damage. Double damage if you hit the poisoned. And then here, same thing, except for true damage. Stun a random enemy matching brown, so we have a way to stun and we have a way to poison. So make sure you pay attention to that. 30% skull reduction too. And then Cobra's your summoner. case you lose a troop. And it usually saves the order, so I'm fairly confident that this was my order, that I beat it in. The enemies, we got Royal Assassin. Nothing too crazy there. Marsh Strangler. Nothing too crazy there. Mist Stalker, probably the worst one. Could kill something, especially on like 350. Marsh Raptor. Nothing too crazy there. So you're really looking at this Mist Stalker. Get that thing out of there. For it one-shots on 350. Alright, let's go see. I got my World Event medal on. Woo! I wish I would ask you if you want to take it off. Yeah, mine crashed earlier, too. Your landlord showed up, Glorfindel? Don't you hate when they, like, show up without... So far, mine has been cool. Like, the first time the rent was due, like, they called me, and I felt like they were just making sure we were about to pay and not be weirdos like squatters. But other than that, I mean, they were cool. They, like, asked if there's any problems, yada, yada, yada. And then they fixed some stuff, like... There was like a small problem in the bathroom they fixed, and then one of the neighbors was being weird, and they tried to fix that, but ever since, you know, they haven't really bugged us, which I love. It's the other place they were sending the maintenance man like every freaking 3 weeks to do dumb stuff. If you have like a tiny chip out of your blinds, they're rushing in there to tear them down and put them back up and charge you $80 for $8 blinds. Like, it's nuts. The other place was just trying to nickel and dime everybody to death. Come in your house every single other week for dumb stuff. So annoying. So far so good here. It's like they haven't bugged us at all. I hate when landlord just shows up. I hate when the maintenance man just shows up. I hate that. Yeah, Takshaka is event keys. Alright, so what are we looking to do here? We want to get him poisoned, we want to get him stunned, and then we want a Basilisk. And we want to get rid of Mist Stalker. Yellow extra turn. We got green and yellow down here, which is pretty nice. Alright, just grab it. Okay, that gave us the Stone Viper. So brown extra turn. I think I'm just going to take it. We got this. We could poison something. Like, we get to choose which enemy. So I would choose Mist Stalker and try to target that down. Let's go ahead. Poisoned. Should probably wait until you have Basilisk up, honestly, but maybe we can get it up this way. Lots of yellow, lots of brown. Good time to cast it. Probably just cast it again. It's gonna throw yellow up there, then turn it to brown. So even with just one yellow up there, it's probably not ideal, but could work. Kind of just keeps getting itself back up. We take skulls. Let's try it again. I just want to see, like... There we go. Right, we got this. I don't know if I want to use it. Only 6 extra damage. But we get to choose. We could go Mist Stalker. Well, I don't think we're going to need a summon. We could probably get it back up before we would need a summon, right? So let's do this. Let's try to get him out of there. Let's take brown, maybe. We got Basilisk. Mist Stalker's still poisoned. Let's go ahead and hit it. Nice. Alright, the main thing that's the most dangerous thing is dead now. Next up, I don't know. Who would be the next most dangerous? Maybe this guy, just because he goes after the weakest enemy, and we don't want to lose anything. Let's do this. Okay, let's go with this. Extra turn. Sure, I'll take brown, I guess. Keep going with it. Oh, we got skulls. We got skulls and an extra turn. Cool. Let's go with this, I guess. It's the first time it really kind of missed. Alright, we need to get up our dude sickle down there to summon. So, yellow. We keep converting away yellow. We might lose our first slot. It's not too big of a deal. Yellow and blue. Another kill, 2 down. 2 to go. Love some yellow. Okay, there we go. So now we have our summon. Like I said, I was pretty confident I would get my summon back before I actually lost the troop. It's the only reason I casted it. Take skulls, then we'll, actually we'll do this. And then that. And then that. Then that. Alright, let's see what we get with this summon. Any Mist of Scales troop. This thing's already, like, hurt so bad, I'm just gonna go after it. Hey, we got Stone Viper right back. It's like we never lost it. Alright, let's kill this thing. 3 down. It's funny I got Stone Viper right back. Alright, double damage, unless there's something crazy on the board. 144. We could... Let's see, I think we're pretty good here. Good to go. So, we don't want yellow. Could take anything else, would be way better. Blue. Brown. Green, I guess. Come on. What do we got? Purple we don't use. That'll give them skulls, too. So is there anything else on the board? Looks like no. We're going to have to give them skulls. Oh, well. Yellow I don't really want because I don't need a summon. Just want to finish them off. But there's nothing else again, so we have to take it. Got some brown. Stone Viper. Ah. Missed again. Was killing it earlier, though. There's the Basilisk. We win! So, you know, you got the safety net of the summon. Just make sure you do it strategically. Don't be casting it right before something dies or whatever. I don't know if I would wait till I lose 2 troops. It says 1 to 2 Mist of Scales troops. So, if you wait till you lose 2, you could just get the 1. So you might as well just do the 1. As soon as you lose 1, cast it. So you can start getting mana again for it. In case you need to get it back up. If you just hold it the whole time until you lose 2 troops, you know, all the yellow that you could have took that whole time, you're not taking. I would just summon as soon as you lose 1 thing. It's not bad. As you can see, I have it all the way done. I don't know where you can see that, but I have it. I have every single epic trial done. There's none that I didn't do all the way through. So that was epic trials if you still need to do them. Which you should just, like, try to do an auto battle. Like, you should definitely at least get 1 copy of every pet from every kingdom. You could try to do auto battles all the way through, just when you're not playing the game. Just jump on, go to Mist of Scales, go to Trials, like before you leave for the day. You got everything else done. You did all your dailies, you did World Event, you worked on whatever you're working on, you did PvP, etc. It's time, you're done. You're going to bed. Whatever. Just fire up an auto battle on Epic Trials. Let it run while you're sleeping. You'll come back to a pet. Most likely. Alright, Epic Trials. Or I mean, Underspire. Said the wrong thing. Glorfindel says, mine was here to talk about sinking a well for my water supply because mine is contaminated in many ways. Ouchie. You're kind of like expecting them, wanting them to come type deal. I've almost never had that. Underspire. High, I guess. 130-ish. $131, we'll say. Underspire high level team, so you have access to everything. You're doing the Underspire. You should do it, you know? They tell you to, unless you're a super beginner. My new account just barely started doing it, so I get it if you're like under level 750 if you haven't started it yet, but if you're past level 750, you should probably be doing Underspire, at least in some capacity. Always be like grabbing your free torch though, even if you're low level, like Tyrion says. Because they carry over. Alright, Underspire, what are we gonna do? Probably this, right? Or like triple Takshaka with something. Got Marilith too. For the early fights, you might just do... I don't know. Never mind. That wouldn't work. You gotta use Mista Scales weapons, huh? So this is like probably the best weapon, huh? Blue, purple, maybe. Alright, let's see if there's any other weapon. No, no, no. Only if we make our whole team Naga, which I don't really want to. Yeah, it looks kind of like the weapon, unless you're going to use Wicked Scythe, like... Let's see. We do... Marilith? Green, red. Takshaka could still get... That's a lot of... I like Marilith more than Bogstrider, usually. Bogstrider would be cool, though, too. Something like that, maybe? For high level? I always forget about Stone Viper, though. But we don't have any potions. Stone Viper would be good if you have potions. That would be getting up on second turn. Banner. We got 2 greens. They both kind of mana generate. Everything on our team mana generates, for real. Got 2 greens. We got 2 purples. We got 2 reds. What do we just not have brown? That's the only thing. Green, red, blue, purple, yellow. We're missing brown. We could start there. Main person we want to get up. Who's the lowest? So 12 mana. We could 50% start that, though. So it's 7 mana. We should probably concentrate on the weapon. Partially, at least. And there's 2 purples, so probably purple. Purple, red, minus brown. Looks pretty good. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with. Banner of Sin. Sinnycool and the Banner of Sin. New book by Dr. Seuss. Class, we are throwing some green and blue up on the board, so go Archer. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this. Let's see what happens. There's the team code. If you would like to try it for yourself. The only reason it is even a high-level team is because of the one little Takshaka. See how it goes. Underspire is always slower than anything else, like the world event, a bounty event, the faction event. It's more like a class event where you don't have any potions usually. going to be a slower start. That's why we're 50% starting our hero, making it only have 7 mana cost, and we can match a purple or a blue, and hopefully just get it up, and then you do this. It gets up Marilith, and then she'll get up everybody else. There's more than 2 left. Cast Vinoxia. If there's only 2, cast Takshaka. Let's get our free lantern. No. Let's do a couple more fights so you get the gist. Match purple, get up Scale Guard Protector, or whatever it's called, and cast it. Get up Marilith, cast it, and then you win after you cast your damage dealer. We got green and red. Got a green extra turn. Marilith did so well last time. But, yeah, let's do it. Everything's up. It's more than 2, so I cast Vinoxia. Highest level, we got 11. We got 11. That's going to happen on the first one, but I usually try... I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm going to go Epic Room instead of Common Room. I don't know. Let's see if it works. Alright. Marilith, look at Marilith with her 11 out of 12 over there. Ready to go. Pretty close. Look at that. Everybody's up. I love it. More than 2? Alright, let's do one more with this team, and then we'll make a mid-level team. We'll take off Takshaka at least. Okay. Probably go with the purple if we got purple. Bang, it's up. This should get up Marilith, hopefully. Yep. That green storm, you see? More than 2, bang, they're all dead. Should put on Nisha medals, by the way. I still have a World Event medal on right now. I'm too lazy to change it. Alright, level 16 and level 15. So let's go 16. And here's the team code once again for the high-level team. We don't have, like, an awesome weapon, so you're not doing triple Takshaka. I was thinking about doing that, but there's no awesome weapon, so... better off doing a Vinoxia Takshaka. Probably. They both do the same thing, you know? Green and blue. Green and blue. Uses blue. Uses green. They're good together. Even though, like, the Marilith uses green, the weapon uses blue, but anyway. Now let's try to make a low, or a mid. You could double up on Vinoxia if you want. We got Vinoxia doing the damage. It's doing true damage. Could double up on it. Might just do that. Instead of, if you don't have Takshaka, maybe double up on Vinoxia. Either that or put Bogstrider in first and just have tons of mana generation getting up one Vinoxia. Be like Bogstrider, Marilith, Weapon, Vinoxia or something. Maybe. Or Vinoxia is super blocked, but we're like giving up... doing like so much mana generation, it doesn't matter. So sometimes it's okay. I don't love it, but I think I think I'll do it. We could go like this. Maybe I will. Alright, class. Green is probably still good. As far as Archer. Banner. We got 3 green, 3 purple, so that'd be great. Purple, green, minus red. Purple, green, minus yellow. It's the Banner of Blood Warband banner, but we don't want a minus blue, we don't want a minus red, we don't want a minus red. So hopefully you have that. If you don't have it, probably go with green. We got green, red, purple, blue. Maybe that, do Ocularan banner instead. Try this if you're mid-level, if you don't have Takshaka. There's other damage dealers, but they don't do true damage, I don't think. Marilith's doing true, Venoxia's doing true, double Venoxia is doing true. See how it goes. Probably about the same as the first team, because we didn't even cast Takshaka. Oh, I forgot to put a chapter. Dang it. It's really similar, though. We'll say 140. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Green, red. Come on, girl. There we go. We got a summon if we need it. Venoxia hits harder than you would think, I always feel. Like, if I have Venoxia and Queen Beatrix, I'm casting Venoxia if I'm trying to kill something. If I'm trying to loop and go deeper, I'd do Queen Beatrix, though. Classics here, how's it going? Yeah, I always forget to show the team code for the Epic Trials. There's like 4 options, you just have to put them in order. But that is cool. I should do that, maybe. Mary. Bloody Mary. Should be a pretty easy Underspire. Takshaka or Venoxia, either way, you could crush it. With the summoning weapon, in case, like, something happens on one of the dragons, maybe. Let me buy some torches so we can keep going. Show a low-level team, plus you're supposed to anyway. Buy 2 a day if you're going to try for the whole thing. At least up till Friday. Alright, one more fight with this team, and then we'll do a low-level. No Mythic, no Legendary, no Venoxia, no Takshaka. Probably still with the same weapon, though. Mana Surge. We already went blue, so let's go blue again, and we get some green. Cast the weapon, gets up Mary. Big old blue. Big old green. Venoxia. Hey, I made it, so it worked. You know, I said go highest level. One of the choices, they were the same level, but I went with the rarer room. One was common, one was like epic or something. I went to epic. I don't know if that works every time, but I just tried it and it worked, so. Let's do low-level team. Here's this once again if you need it. Oops. Alright, so we could still use Marilith if we want to. We can still use Scaleguard Protector. We gotta take off Venoxia, though. Let's see what we got. Viper. Hex Rat I like, because you can hit all enemies. Stone Viper? Yellow to brown, we got green and brown. It'd be hard to fit into the team, though. Marilith Hex Rat. A double Hex Rat, I don't know. That's all I can think. Probably be alright. Deal damage to an enemy and all enemies below them. If an enemy is cursed, deal double damage and death mark them. Cool if we get curse. Click curse when doing skull damage. Could do this. The way we get the curse. Sometimes. So later on. So this would be like for later. But I'll set it up like this anyway. If you're early, just get up your... Just do this. I'll just leave it like that. But if you want to curse, put the Hex Rat up top. Should probably leave it like this, though. For early. Or it's going to be slow. Banner. We got 3 purples. And we probably need to do... Could do Marilith. I don't know. We got green, red, blue, purple, brown. We're missing yellow. Double purple red minus yellow is not bad. Double purple blue minus yellow, you'd go all in on your weapon. I'm gonna give Mary some love there. Class, probably Archmagus. We don't really need a storm. We don't have an explode potion. We're not looping. We just need a lot of purple. Alright, so this will be my suggestion for a low-level team. There's no mythics, no legendaries, but it is all epics. Sometimes it's bees like that. The Hex Rat is an epic from the Underworld, though, so it's not that bad. Marilith you could get through event keys. Not that bad. All this stuff you can get right now. So it's actually not that bad. Say 146. Alright, got my last chapter up. Woo! Okay. Blue extra turn. We're so close. Let's go ahead and get this. Do this. Choose that. They're all dead. No mythic, no legendary team for the Underspire. We need to find the door. Actually, I went highest level and I found the dragon. I didn't even think about that. It's supposed to be the door. So maybe the door is the other way. Let's go the other way, since they're both the same level, right? I chose one way and it led to the dragon. The other way might lead to the door. Sometimes you gotta think like that in the Underspire. See if it works. Mary's up. She gets up everybody else, pretty much. And you win. Cool thing about Marilith, like, Bogstrider's cool, but Marilith weakens the enemies, too, and it's just so nice. Hits really hard. I mean, not hits really hard, but it managing, like, the mana generation is really nice. And they're both destroys, so it's not like your magic... Your magic, you know, Bogstrider's gonna suck if your magic's low, and so is Marilith. But I like Bogstrider, it's underrated. And it's only green, so... But we don't have any other reds on the team, so it doesn't really matter. And it's better to have, like, 2 colors instead of 1. In case there's no green on the board to match, you can match red. Alright, I almost want to see this through to see if we get there. Will it take us to the door? Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any thoughts. We're almost done for the day. Tomorrow's faction. Unless something crazy happens. I keep saying that, and crazier stuff keeps happening, so I don't know. Pre-records already went down. Yep, there's the door. I knew it. So it's like, okay, they're the same level. So I went one way, and it led to the dragon. So that means the other way has to lead to the door. That's how I was thinking. Sweet. So once again, here's your team code. Sometimes you just gotta double up on damage dealers. If there's not a lot of good stuff, just double up on them. You know, there'll be some overspill as you're getting up the first one. Hopefully a little bit of extra mana goes into the second one. You cast the first one, maybe it doesn't wipe out all the enemies. You have to go through the whole process again. Get up the first one again, it spills down to the second one again. Maybe you get them both up this time, and now you're good to go. Like, you can't, they're dead. Yeah, that's about it for the stream. Unless there's something I forgot, let me know. Yeah, faction weapons do count as kingdom weapons, yep. Yes, they do. The pets, faction pets count as kingdom pets. The faction weapon counts as kingdom weapon. The faction troops count as kingdom troops. You gotta see, like, which one is it? Mist of Scales is, Dark Pits. So all the troops from Dark Pits count towards Mist of Scales. The pet from Dark Pits counts towards Mist of Scales. It even says it on the card, you know? Like, if you go to Dark Pits. That's why it says it has that, like, hyphenated thing. So all these troops, it says Dark Pits / Mist of Scales. So they all count for Mist of Scales. So if you go look at, like, a Dark Pits weapon, it probably does the same thing. Maybe. What? Oh, it just classifies it. It just classifies it as a Mist of Scales weapon. So yeah. Just go look at it. Go look at the weapon from the faction, and it'll just say Mist of Scales on it. I'm pretty sure. Let me go down there to Dark Pits. Faction rewards. Joust Mouse. Mist of Scales. See? We get that pet from Dark Pits. We're not getting it from Mist of Scales, but it's a pet for Mist of Scales because Dark Pits is associated to Mist of Scales. Same thing with the weapon. So like on Tuesday when we have a faction event and there's a weapon in the shop and there's a weapon in the SOULFORGE, that weapon will count towards whatever kingdom the faction's associated to. This is in the Renown rewards. So you have to get a bunch of Renown. 2,000 Renown in Dark Pits to get the Joust Mouse. And then the Joust Mouse counts towards Mist of Scales, which is the associated kingdom too. And that's like when you're getting your kingdom level and power and stuff, and it gives you more stats for the faction. That's the faction that they're talking about. So if you upgrade your kingdom level and power in Mist of Scales, it'll help your Dark Pits faction stats. So when I'm getting 2 magic when I get to the soft caps, and you're only getting 1 magic, that's because you haven't done your kingdom level for the associated kingdom. Sometimes I know, like I'll say, do soft caps, do 111, 133, 155, 177, and I'm getting 2 magic every time, and that's why it's a really good soft cap. And you're getting 1 magic, and you're like, not working for me, I'm only getting 1 magic. Well, you got to go upgrade your kingdom. 25% faction horde stats here. 25% faction horde stats there. So that's an extra 50% once you get to 14. 15's the stat. This is all just like gold, right? Just gold and not even deeds. And then power, maybe. Power has nothing to do with your faction, so never mind. Power has nothing to do with your factions, but kingdom level does. So But that's like them affecting each other back and forth. So the pet from the faction counts towards the kingdom. The kingdom level will give the faction more stats. The faction troops count as that kingdom's troops, etc. Like, they go back and forth. They're associated. Every kingdom up here has a faction, you know? Every kingdom on here has a faction. It's Tuesday, whatever Tuesday's faction is. So this week we have Mist of Scales. That's the week. That's the Kingdom week. Is Mist of Scales. The event key drop table. Everything's revolving around Mist of Scales. We got the Mist of Scales Underspire. That's why it's a Mist of Scales restriction. We got Epic Trials is Mist of Scales. The faction event on Tuesday is the associated faction to Mist of Scales. It's Dark Pits. And then the class event is the associated class to Mist of Scales, Assassin. So if you want to know, like, which faction is associated to what kingdom, like, whatever Kingdom Week it is, that's the Tuesday faction event, is the associated faction. But you can just go look at the factions, too. Just go to your collection and say whatever one you want to know. All-Seeing Eye. Click on the card. All-Seeing Eye is Darkstone. It's under Ocularan, All-Seeing Eye / Darkstone. And then, like, if you go to All-Seeing Eye, if you go to Darkstone, and you go, if you hover on it, if you circle Whitehelm on it, and then you go down to the Underworld, it usually goes right to the associated kingdom. It gets you close anyway. So it should go right to All-Seeing Eye, or get us close. That's right. It's on the screen, at least. Our cursor was on it. You know? So we do the same thing with Mist of Scales. It's a little trick Dr. Mops told me. Works for most of them. You go to Mist of Scales. Kind of put it in the middle of the screen if you can. Like, I think. Okay, there's Mist of Scales. Hit Triangle. Hit Crystara. Should take us right to Dark Pits, the associated faction. Pretty close. It's right there in the middle. If I hit triangle right now, where's my cursor? Oh, why is it way up there? But anyway, it was in the middle of the screen. That's what I mean. Takes you to it. The faction's supposed to be right under the kingdom that it's associated to. It's the Underworld. It's supposed to be right under it. So what's Indrajit's Palace, right? Indrajit's Palace. I think it's a... What's it called? Go to Indrajit's Palace. I want to see what's the associated kingdom. It's Pride Lands. So let's see if we go up above. Is Pride Lands over here on this side of the map? Whoops. Okay, shut up. I'm trying to show something here, game. Pride Lands right there, see? Pretty cool, right? So Indrajit's Palace is directly under Pride Lands. It's the underworld of Pride Lands. It's the associated faction of Pride Lands. Or whatever. The Pride Lands is the associated kingdom of Indrajit's Palace. Anyway. Probably stuff you didn't need to know, but hey. Sauna says Dark Pits is listed 29th on the list from easy to hard, so it's super hard? Uh-oh. Yeah, we'll look at it tomorrow. I can peek at it real fast. Man, we had 2 hours? I thought we were going to get done in an hour and a half. Jeez. Ooh, yeah, I remember this one being kind of hard. Yep, I remember this one. So I tried to use this guy for some reason. I think I tried to use that dude. It's definitely Sledge Paw is on the team. Yeah, I remember it kind of being hard, yep. I think I was trying to get, like, death marks and stuff. And you got Sledge Paw as your tank, and then you're, like, kind of trying to get death marks, maybe. Because you curse, bleed, and stun the first enemy. You can inflict curse when dealing skull damage, and then... You know, this is like a good damage dealer. Plus, you're hitting the first enemy, and they're cursed, and then you death mark them. But, I don't know. It was tough, I remember. Yep. Alright, anything else, guys, gals? Cinnies and Cinnerettes and Jimmies and Jimmers? P99ers, whoever's here. I think that's it. Chatathon was cool. It was fun. We had fun. It was cool. It didn't go the whole thing. We can't say we've done that every single time now, because there was a... I did say that we could go a certain amount of time, and then we didn't make it. But I also made it a harder one, and it was also the day after Black Friday, so it all kind of, like, evens out, and we're always we're the doggy paddle pals. You know what I mean? Like, it went a certain amount. It was really fun. The people that were there did their thing, showed their butts, and, you know, some people didn't come. Some people weren't there. You know, they weren't there when we got to their stop. So, you know, they're probably out shopping, or they're sleeping off the turkey, or whatever. It's a hard month to make it, but unfortunately, it was the first time pretty much ever that the Chatathon didn't go to full staff. You know, didn't pitch its full tent. But it was close, and it was, yeah. Like I said, I made it 30 an hour too, so probably would have went the whole way if I only did 20. So, anyway, we'll call it a break-even one. We'll do better next time, or whatever. I'll do better next time. And, yeah, November was... I don't know if I could see, but it wasn't beautiful. Let's check it out, if I can, before we get out of here. No, I'm completely honest, tell y'all where we're at. I would do that if you were my friend or my woman. I would tell you where you're at, man. I wouldn't spring it on you all of a sudden. Let's go analytics. You'd get tired of hearing about it. I'll give you a million chances. It's just taking forever. That's cool. Come on. Load it, 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 load it. Okay, let's see. Jeez, if I can't even do... Why does it not want to go? Come on. Need to buy a new laptop. Yeah. I mean, it was alright. Not great. Definitely the worst one in the last 6 months. So we got a 0. We got a 6. I usually judge months in the six months. You know. It was our second worst month of the year. Just by the way. I think. Let's do it by date. November. Wait, let's see. January, February. Yeah, the only month that was worse was February, which only had 28 days in it. February is always bad. It's like right before taxes or something like that. And it's the shortest month of the year. But yeah, it was our second worst month of the entire year. Only beat by February was November. Unfortunate, but whatever. Where is everybody? I don't know, man. I think they're all quitting the game, and who knows? They're probably at hard rubber. They're at whatever hamster, whatever. Hamster rammers. They're at hamster rammers trading hard rubber. I don't know. I don't know where everybody is, man. Or they're quitting the game altogether, I guess. One or the other, probably. Like, on it, like, for real. No, that's it. That's where they're at. One or the other. They're either not playing the game anymore, or they're hamster ramming hard rubber. That's where they're at. So, and if they're not playing the game anymore, they're in Hawaii. So, anyway. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Get about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for joining me today. If I can get to it. I got out of my chat like a ding-dong. Thank you for joining me today, Chad, Sauna. Yeah, there's a lot of chat by Sauna there at the end, huh? Nobody else? Chad, Sauna, Classic, Glorfindel, Anita, Ruben. We got Daniel Lucas, the Professor, Tyrion Shark, Mark Joey, Rain Man, Zig the Kid here again. Glorfindel, Chad the Clipball. Anita with the gifted, thank you so much. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. Train got rode pretty hard and put up wet yesterday, and we got to calm her down. We got to brush her fur. We got to comb its hair, brush its fur, check its horseshoes. You know? Glorfindel with the 2, Chad with a 2. A no Takshaka zone. Heart. If it'll let me. Jeez. Chad with a 2 with a 2. Sana with the gifted. Went to Zing14. Thank you so much. Appreciate the usual suspects up in here. I'm gonna go see if there's anything to eat in this crappy house. And then I'm gonna... Not crappy house, but... You know what I mean. In the crappy fridge with nothing in it. I'm gonna go see if there's anything to eat. Probably eat a hot dog. I'll probably go be a hot dog reach around. A hot dog rammer. I'll go be a hot dog rammer. I'm gonna ram a hot dog down my throat. And get to work. And then start the whole wonderful process of the nights that I've been having. So, we'll see ya. Hamster hammers, let's go. We'll see you tomorrow morning, most likely, if I have anything to do about it with it, you know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm still here, sitting in this chair, I'll be back tomorrow morning. So, have a good one, you guys are the best. Say a prayer for me if you want, if you believe in that. I don't know. Pray to Thor. Pray to whoever. I don't care. Help me, help me. I need help!